looks like the bottom of a bottle. Let's see if it's whole. Don't think it is. Yeah, it's broken, I think. Oh no. Still hope. So it is whole. It's one of these ribbed bottles. I don't know if that's a poison one or medicine one, probably. And it's clear color. But I don't have any like this one, and it's in good shape, so I am gonna take it. I found another glass ink bottle. It even has a number on there, 25. It's just a clear one. And there is a pot here, but I'm not sure if it's broken or not. I think it's broken. Yeah. I'll try to get hold of it. Broken, unfortunately. Piece of leather. Oh my god, a ubiquitous pot lid. I always found one of these brown glazed pot lids. Found a bottle, glass bottle stopper. Unfortunately, it is a bit broken. It has a chip in the stem. What's interesting, it has like the screw. Just a clear one. That was a really nice plate. I'm starting to find bottles. Has a chip, but I think that's otherwise whole. And this is a Boots one. Boots. Cash chemists. Interesting. Dug up a small bottle. It's probably also a medicine bottle. I'm not gonna take it. But there is a lot of medicine bottles here. Another small bovril. I want to find a big one. I found this bottle. It doesn't has it's so ripped. It doesn't has any inscriptions, but I like the color. It's this amber color. So I think I'm gonna take this. Now that's a bit of a bingo. Does it say it's Magnesia? Milk of Magnesia bottle. That's so cool. My first one. I can't see it. It's too bright, the sun. That's so cool. Now I need to change my glove. I'm trying to get this pot. It's stuck there, but it might be whole, which would be nice. It's not. A couple more bottles. It doesn't have an inscription, so I will leave it. Now this one has Dumfries, Armstrong and Dickey sign. And this one is clear too, so I will leave these two here. I think I'm gonna take the Armstrong one. It's a nice, look at my glove, tatters. I need to get a gold, pinnacle gold. These cows just keep going after me. Trying to go away. And look, their leader decided to come say hello. No. Oh my gosh. They're so curious. Oh my gosh, so beautiful. They are beautiful. But the way they're looking is a bit frightening. Some newer rubbish on this side. I don't think I'm gonna stay long, but I found this, I thought it's a bottle, but actually it doesn't has a bottom, but it doesn't appear to be broken. So I'm not sure what that is. It has a screw for the stopper, for some kind of, I don't know. And then this ceramic thing, I'm not sure what that is. This bottle was cool. I don't think I'm gonna take it. I just thought it looks cool. And a few blue pieces I'm gonna take. I found a Bovril bottle, one of these that only has the Bovril on the bottom, but not on the sides. I think I'm gonna leave this one. Also found another one. They look so similar. I'm still not gonna take them, but it's just funny. Also, this bottle look cute. I'm gonna think about it. I like this piece too. That's a cute perfume bottle. Again, I don't think it's terribly old. Again, I'm gonna think about it before. Now that says stomach powder. McClelland and Brown. McClelland brand. It's not. It has a top that I'm gonna have some difficulty time removing. So I'm not sure I'm gonna take that. Oh, look at that. Another Boots bottle. I feel like this one is smaller than the one I found on the other side. I have such a pharmaceutical Mudlarking today. Got a tin. If it's opening, it's cherry blossom boot polish black. I got into something strange. What do you think this is? It doesn't look like a bottle, and it's very thick. Maybe it is a bottle. So I got it out. It's very heavy. made in England. It has something on top. Acid level. Acid level. My gosh. I'll try to get this thing out. It was obviously some kind of machinery in there. It might have been a was it like a light acid level? I think it was a lamp, maybe. I don't know. I'll have to look at home. Okay. Feels like there is something big and blue here that doesn't want to come out. Let's see. I don't think it's whole, it's broken for sure, but let's see what it is. Wow, it's a teapot. And it's not broken. I don't know what it's made of. It feels almost like it's made of plastic by the feel of it. Just doesn't feel like it's ceramic. It looks like this is a enamel teapot. I'll take the mystery object. I found another one of these. Well, not really. I thought they're the same, but they're not. And this one is actually signed, and actually this one is signed as well. It just has something on it, so I'll look at home what they might be. I'll take them a clean stomach, because... Oh, I found also one of these. It looks like the Briolin one, but it doesn't has any markings, but it's such a cool shape. If I'm gonna manage to clean the top, I'll take the tin cherry blossom polish. I'll take this bottle, and I'm probably gonna leave these ones, although they do look cool. I'm gonna leave them. And this is what I found on this trip. Unfortunately, the first find has broken when I was washing it, this glass ink bottle. It probably was cracked, and when I was washing it just made it worse. But it's a very neat crack. I might be able to glue it. I do have a glue, porcelain and glass glue. And then I think that's the second find. It's also a bit broken. And then I think I found this bottle. Now this is Armstrong and Dickey Dumfries bottle. It has another mark here, which I'm not sure what that means. Riley, MNFC and Co. It's probably the bottle manufacturer. So the Armstrong and Dickey mineral water bottle, likely early 20th century. And it has this internal screw. You can see it. And the screw was made for internal threaded screw stoppers, which were invented in 1872. And they were made of ebonite, which is like a hard rubber, or lignum vitae, which is a dense wood. And Armstrong and Dickey had an aerated waterworks, a dockhead in Dumfries. That was so the building was designed by Wilfred Fitzel and Crombie in early 20th century, and it was built on site of an artesian well. The company was so proud of the new building that they used it for image. Oh, sorry, for the it was on the image was on the either on the bottle or on the paper label. So that was what I found about Armstrong and Dickey bottle. And then I found this milk of magnesia bottle. I don't know if you can see it. I'm trying to see what would be the best way for you to see it. Maybe on this white paper from my daughter's. Yeah, it's very hard to see what it's written, but it says milk of magnesia. Registered in US Patent Office, August 21, 1906. The Chas H. Phillips Chemical Company, Glenbrook, Con, which is Connecticut. And it says USA and 4. So it's a nice, very nice cobalt blue bottle. Really nice color. I love it. So naturally, I was quite interested in the history of this bottle, and has the trademark. So milk of magnesia, first of all, about the product itself. It was used, it is used actually, sorry. It is used to treat occasional constipation as an osmotic laxative, also used to treat heartburn. So you can still find it, obviously not in this kind of, by the way, it has a crack, which you can't really feel neither from inside or outside, but it's there, so you have to be careful with it. So you can find milk of magnesia in the pharmacies, and it was discovered or worked in May 4th, 1818, and the inventor is an American inventor, Cone Barrows, and he received the patents for magnesium hydroxide in 1829. And then in 1829, Sir James Murray used condensed solution of fluid magnesia to treat Lord Lieutenant of Ireland and for stomach pain, so successfully that later he was appointed resident physician to Anglesey and 2 Lord Lieutenants, and then he was knighted. His fluid magnesia product was patented 2 years after his death in 1873. The term milk of magnesia was first used by Charles Henry Phillip in 1872. So Charles Henry Phillip was born in 1821 and died in 1888. He was an English pharmacist who moved from England to Glenbrook in Connecticut, and he established Camphor and Wax Company in Stamford, Connecticut, and he received the patent for milk of magnesia in 1872. It was a 8% suspension of magnesium hydroxide, and it was sold under the brand Philip Milk of Magnesia for medicinal usage. After his death of apoplexy in 1888, his 4 sons ran his corporation until 1923, when it was acquired by Sterling Drug Company. They still made the same bottle, but the last blue bottle was filled in 1976, when the production of Glenbrook plant was phased out, and Sterling and its Phillips Milk of Magnesia was purchased by Bayer Company. Or Bayer, not sure. So that's it about the milk of magnesia. What What else did I find? I had a very medicinal drug pharmaceutical day today because I found 2 bottles. Boots. This one says Boots Cash Chemist, and this one just says Boots the Chemist, and this one is like a very light aqua blue bottle. This one is just clear, cleaned up very nicely. It's interesting how the logo remained absolutely the same. So now I had to find out about Boots. So, born in 1850, Jess Booth grew up helping his father identifying plants for his herbal remedies. And then, after his father died, age 13, he would work with his mother in her shop selling soaps and herbal remedies and household items. So he became sort of a self-taught medical botanist, but had the experience, but he did not had the an official education or like a diploma. So he took over running the chemist shop, and he really tried to make his products quite accessible and available, price that they were available for a larger population. Later he hired a qualified chemist, Dr. Warning. Sorry, I don't understand my writing now. He still did not have the right at that moment to sell prescription medication, but eventually he did won the right to offer patent medicines. His affordable prices attracted customers, and by 1914 he had 540 shops throughout UK, and the stores were called Boots Cash Chemist, like here, because people would pay cash rather than using credit, basically. So this bottle is likely from what I found, it might be from 1884 to 1920. I'm not sure about this one. Might be a newer bottle. I found it on a site where I found a lot of rubbish that was like newer, like 40s, 50s, maybe even 60s. So this one might be newer. There is a lot about Boots, but to be honest, I decided to talk about it maybe on a different time because I feel like I'm talking too much. And then I found this jar and I just picked it up because I found the shape very nice. So it looks almost Art Deco. It's probably, I think, maybe like a coffee or tea jar. Yeah, I like the shape. And I picked up this perfume bottle because I also like the shape. It just says ABC, but that's it. I couldn't find what perfume was that. And then the amber bottle. It doesn't have any inscriptions apart from the one on the bottom, which says B. Where is it? I'm trying to EB and Company LD, and then it has some numbers which might be 1978. So I was thinking maybe it's like the year. But when I was trying to find out who EB and Company is, I found that it might be coming from where is it? Edgar Brafitt and Company. The company existed from 1844 to 1913, although it did become a limited company, limited liability company, hence LD, in 1884. So the bottle might be, from my understand, from 1884 to 1920. Braffett, so he made bottles. He didn't make the product, he just made the bottles. They were the bottle makers, the company Edgar Braffett. And they made bottles for Lee Perrin bottles that were used in US. They also made the bottles for like liquor that were used in Canada. They had different marks. They had ACB mark from 1865 to 1920, which came from Air Calder Bottle Company. So this mark was used by Lea Perrin sauce bottles. They had the B&Co mark. They had the Braffett mark for old beer bottles. They had the EB mark. Also, they had the EB&Co for the liquor bottle from 1880. And as I said, from 1884 to 1920, they marked EB&Co LD, just like this one. So I did found a bottle on eBay that had the same mark, although that one was it was an amber bottle, but it was a rounded rather than the square shape. And this one looks like it's a machine made, which would make it from 1907 or later. So I don't know if it's actually Edgar Braffett or not, but that's what I found. Now this very heavy piece of glass that says acid level, has the minus, the plus, like in batteries, which was a big hint. I still wasn't sure when I found it. Made in England. And this is a vintage Exide lead acid battery glass container. It did have the battery still in, but I took it out and the box as well. Maybe I should have left it, but I don't know. It was quite unsightly. I cleaned it up very well, and it looks. I can use it as a flower pot. I wonder if it has lead, the glass. The Exide company still exists, still doing batteries for cars and like transport and radios and so on. But this one might be from like 45 to 55, which, as I said, I found it on a site that looked like rubbish from about that era, that decade. And then I found, it looks like a medicinal poison bottle. It doesn't have the do not take. It has so many small bubbles. I couldn't clean it very well on the bottom. A Bovril, I think I showed you. Small Bovril bottle. As I said, a lot of medicinal, and this is a stomach powder, McLean brand. And again, the product was produced from like 1930s, early 1930s to even 50s or even 60s maybe. And it did had like bicarbonate and magnesium, all sorts of salts that are used for like stomach lesions and indigestion and so on. I'll put on the screen. I did found the composition on a box that contained the pills. Who is interested? And what I found about it was an article in the Lancet from 1935, in which Professor Hugh McLean was describing his insatisfaction with the fact that his name was used for this product. Earlier, he did describe the formula to treat stomach lesions. However, the company that started to produce it, as I understand, probably did not ask Dr. Professor McLean his authority and his permission to use his formula for the medication. And the professor wanted to confess in the article that indeed he did not give authority to use the formula, and he did not had any financial gains from the sale. And he was wondering if any legislation, well, he was not wondering, but he was lamenting the fact that there is no legislation that would protect, in a way, his intellectual property. Maybe there were, but they haven't asked him. I don't know. They might have used a more simplified formula, or they might have tweaked it a bit and they named it McLean, but he did not approve of using his name. What else? Another pill bottle. This one is tabloid. BW & Co. And this stands for Barrow's Welcome Pills Bottle. So Barrow's Welcome, the company Barrow's Welcome was formed in 1880, and they mostly marketed other companies' pharmaceutical products, but later they started to market their own pills, and that came in with automation and mechanization of compressing powders into tablets, which made the product more reliable because you could take the same dosage. You take the same dosage in the same tablet. So their products, they named their products, their brand name for their products was Tabloid, and they made all kind of, I think that happened in 1884. And they had a wide range, variety of pills, from medicinal to chemical, like photo-developing, to restorative. And that's what I found about the Tabloid. Cherry Blossom boot polish. Again, this is a vintage tin. It looks a bit different now, but they still produce black boot polish. This one is black. And this one is an egg insulator. Egg porcelain insulator. It doesn't insulate eggs. It's used in radios. And then these, I really liked the, look at the swirls and the frosting. They're just so cute. They look like Christmas trees. These are actually, where did I wrote about it? A full wood side glass. And initially I thought, oh, is it to measure your sight? Maybe it's like an optical. Since I found so many pharmaceutical products, I thought maybe the optometrician used it somehow. But no, this is full wood side glass for milking liners. So they are used for milking devices, cow milking, which makes sense because I found it near a farm. And there were all these cows that were following me and watching my every step. And the company Fullwood was established in 1785. And they did all kind of devices, buckets and so on for farms and for milking and for farming. And they still do. I'm not sure if these ones are still working, like if they still can be used for their devices. The newer ones look a bit different, and this I found similar on like in a way find replacements. So obviously people still look for them, so there might be someone who still uses them out of preference. Yeah, that's it. Really nice trip today. Not today, yesterday. I'm pretty happy with that. Just a few more porcelain, and yeah, that's it. We'll see you next video.